Greetings everybody, welcome back to BallySpring. Huge apologies for the absolute massive gap and delay between last episode and this episode. Things have been a bit hectic. I know that's the usual cliche kind of thing, especially coming from me, but they have. I've had llama in between, we've been busy trying to get things ready for the arrival of the baby, packing hospital bag, things like that. So we're literally ready to go out the door as soon as the time is right, so to speak. But we're back. I'm not going to keep waffling on about that. Now, I've skipped on through into July. Still need to harvest the sorghum. I'm not too worried if I have to do that off camera, because that's a job that's been done a few times this episode. And I've been trying to think of things that we can do that's gonna just, I don't know, be a bit more different, and I've come up with a couple of ideas. So we should get straw off of there. Now, we did put the fermenting silo down, which is going to be absolutely awesome for us because we can produce silage, and that is what we're going to be feeding the cows. We're going to scrap the idea of TMR. I've talked about that before, so we will do that. I'm thinking the cornfield up there, I know I did say we could possibly feed it to the chicks and ducks, but I'm now thinking we could chaff that, turn it into chaff, because that will take chaff. That's going to be a lot coming off of that field in there. And with straw, because we are going to be getting a fair bit of straw off the series as well, I'm wondering about trying the straw harvest pack. I know it's been out a little while, I've had a little play around with it, and to be honest with you, whoa, what are you doing coming through the wall? The amount of money you pay out for it, from what I can see, and the effort you put in, don't think you get a huge amount back from what I can tell, but I could be wrong. Some of you have probably already used it and know more about it than me, but from what I've had from what I've seen, rather, from my little look around play on it, yeah. But I think just to keep this series fresh and alive, we're going to be doing a few other things, and also we're going to sell some milk today, and that's got a bit of a twist to it, because again, I think that could be interesting, something a bit different. So we will do that. Now, with the animals, I think they're all okay for feed. I've ridden the horses, kept them up together. I think they do need riding again. Pigs are okay. Cows are getting a little bit low, but that's something I can do off camera. We do have some silage bales still in storage. Ducks okay. These guys are okay. We got chicks, didn't we, last episode? They're not eating a great deal because they're only little. Only got little bellies, I guess. And there we go. We're going to need to ride those, but again, I can do that off camera. But they are now up to 60% fitness, which is awesome. So we are definitely getting there. I don't think there's any other contracts, no, other than baling. So yeah, there you go. Look, chaff, that will be absolutely awesome. I think that will get a lot of silage off of that if we chaff that field. So there we go. These guys are just awesome. I love the sound of these little chicks. So cute. They're all taking shade, aren't they? It is quite a nice summer's day though. Very disappointed with the lack of wool over here though. It just doesn't seem to be moving very far. I know we bought these guys as babies, but they have grown up now, and if we run over to the goats, look how much milk they're producing now. So I don't know what's going on really with sheep. We do have a ton of manure, not too worried about that. So there we go. Right, I think what we're going to do this episode... Oh, I also did a few jobs off camera as well. I did... What did I do? Sprayed herbicide and rolled this field. I think that's all I've done. I think that needs another coat of fertilizer though, which we will... Let's turn off mulching. Yes. So that field needs to be fertilised again, so we will do that. I think that's a job we will crack on with now, actually. And I can work and talk at the same time. What else we are going to do is buy ourselves a tanker we have a lot of milk, which is awesome because the cows are obviously going to give us a lot of milk. Now the milk price isn't the best. I think around September it's showing the best price, but what I've got up my sleeve is if we sell milk now, and we're going to sell it to the dairy, which is up the north part of the map, so it gets us to see a different area of the map over there. We're going to sell it all there, or as much as the dairy will take. We are then going to buy the dairy, and we're going to start producing cheese, definitely cheese, and possibly butter as well, just to mix it up. I haven't done any of those for a long time. I'm not even sure I have actually produced butter in FS22, which is quite remarkable, but I'm pretty sure I haven't. So we're going to do that, I think. And then we can sell the cheese and whatnot when we've got quite a bit. I'll check all the prices obviously before we do everything. Now let's keep that back on there, because oats is one of those crops where you've got a job to see where you've been. And obviously it's not grown enough, we're not damaging. We do have crop destruction on this series. I've also got another idea which we're going to do at some point, probably more as we move towards the winter, and I have kind of mentioned it before what we might do, but all will be revealed a little bit later in the series. But it's probably going to involve us making a fair bit of money again. So if you watched early on, you might know what I'm going on about. Right, we'll go up that way. I think I've missed a couple of tiny little spots. I'm not going to go too mad getting those. It's going to be very minimal. Right, just grab that little bit patch down there, because that is a little bit bigger than the others. About there, I think, should do it. So if we go now, like so, there we go. Not too worried about the other bits. Okay, that didn't use a lot of fertilizers. I think all our fields are good to go now. So let's pop that back in there. Now, what I mentioned earlier about the straw harvest pack, that does cost quite a bit to get the building warehouse in place. So I possibly may take a loan out for that, but I think we are going to make a fair bit of money back on other things as we progress, so I'm not too worried about the loan. We can always pay that back. Right, let's get down here before anyone turns up. Now that's famous last words. Someone's going to pull in now, aren't they? I would have thought. No, we made it. Right, I'm heading on up to the store because we are going to get ourselves the tanker. And we'll grab some milk. I haven't actually checked how much milk we've got since I loaded in. Last time I checked though, before I skipped forward, I was like, ooh, that's a decent amount. And obviously what with the goats as well, giving us a fair bit, that's nice. They're going to keep on doing that, so we will have goats milk and cow's milk. Obviously doesn't really matter because it's classed as the same thing on here. We haven't got any other mods that produce different types of milk like there is that. Why are you stopping like that? There's that mod that produces sheep's milk, isn't there, which is pretty cool. not used that yet. Right, let's go into the store. So we need a tanker. Now what I'm gonna go for is one of my usual suspects. I think these guys from Omatana. Bit of a ridiculous capacity, but it is going to be required. Shall we? That's a bit weird, isn't it? If we went, oh my goodness, doesn't actually cost us anything to do that. Why don't we? I don't know what colour we should do. Oh, that's nice. Let's do that. What would that look like with black? It's a shame you can't change these sort of hubs on the wheels. We can do the rim colour. What about if we went black there as well? That's pretty cool. Just a shame about the green there. Oh, that did cost us for those. That's fine though. We'll buy that. And there it is. Look at that. So that will hold 200,000 litre capacity, which is a lot. But if I show you quick in here, easier to go down. Now this is going to be combined between the cows and the goats, but obviously the cows are going to be producing more. 151,000 litres of milk. So we will be able to grab all of that now. Man, that's a lot. Right, dogs playing in the road. I really don't like that. Just don't look. Let's turn down. I still don't think anyone's won the jackpot there. Look, I must have a little go at that, I think. Such a great map though for role playing, if you are, because you could tie that in yourself into your role playing game, things like that. You could pretend that you've bought the ticket and you've won 18 grand, and then you put 18 grand into your money. I do like maps that have little things like that on there, because it gets the creative juices flowing, doesn't it? Right, now because we don't have seasons on, that sorghum won't wither or anything, but we will get that harvested this month, I think. And like I say, I probably will do that off camera, it's not a problem. Right, so let's grab all this milk. I think with the cows it is down this end. There we go. So it's probably going to take a while to fill up, and we will also grab the goat's milk. That will wipe us out because it should all fit in here. Welcome back in, everybody. I wasn't expecting you to come back at this point, and I have to do some explaining. So some of you probably already know, because I've put a community post out on YouTube and then talking in and amongst my Discord with other people. I've had a lot of issues with crashes on this map. Trying to record this episode has been an absolute nightmare. I've lost a lot of recording, I've lost a lot of time personally doing it, and it's been very frustrating trying to get to the bottom of it. So I'm hoping you do see this clip. Now what I've done, because a few people have suggested that the straw harvest pack has been causing a few issues, the person that's created that, the modder, is aware of that and hopefully fixing it. So I've uninstalled that for now, and I've loaded back in like I was before without premium expansion, because again I was worried about that, because if you remember, I did have a couple of crashes even before straw harvest pack come out. So that's the worrying thing. Whether it is actually straw harvest, I don't know. But anyway, hopefully the clip you've just seen has explained a little bit about what I was trying to do this episode. I'll talk you through it, but I'm afraid this episode's going to be a little bit, hopefully not boring, but you know, a lot of explaining me, telling you what's happened, because where I left you off filling the tanker up with the milk, I obviously stopped recording, I saved the game, then when the tanker was full, which is when I was hoping to bring you back in, I started recording, went all the way up to the dairy, we bought the dairy, well, we sold the milk first, bought the dairy, blah blah blah, game crashed. I lost all that recording. Because I didn't save it, I had to load back in, back down where I left you guys at the previous clip, do all that again, which means I lost fertilising that field over there, so I had to do all of that again. So then, this was probably a mistake from my point of view, I turned on the auto save interval, I put it on to 5 minutes, so it was saving every 5 minutes. But then I got this far and the game crashed, so then therefore I've had to load back in. Because I've saved the game, I've got this far, lost the recording. Now here we are, and you've missed everything. But I'm going to quickly jump up to the dairy because it would be easier. We've still got the tanker up there. Whoa. Okay, that was probably the worst spot. I'm stuck now. That is the worst place I could have put that. Oh, there we go, we're out. Could have put that tanker. I literally left it on the sale point. So we sold milk. And again, annoyingly enough, because it was my third attempt of selling the milk, I didn't get as good a price as I did the very first time. We hit about 200 grand. No, not 200 grand, 1,000 and something. I can't remember now. A lot's happened. But we got less money than I was expecting. We ended up buying the dairy because it was full, holds 100,000 litres. So we do have 53,000 litres left in that tanker. Now, depending on how fast this goes down, we could end up selling some of that if we want to. If I go here, there was a collectible here. I grabbed that. Obviously, they're 1,000. So yeah, we've got butter and cheese on the go. I'm going to carry on with those. I know cheese is better at making money, but we'll see how we get on. It's not producing too bad. We are on ×5. So it should be a little bit quicker than normal. There was another collectible over here, but did that save? Yes, there was one there. I grabbed that and that saved. Right. Then I come down, and I think my plan was to mow this field, and then I was going to leave it like this with the swaths on, because I was going to put the question to you guys. Shall we keep it as grass for feed and possibly over in the fermenting silo? Or shall we make hay from it and produce the hay pellets for the straw harvest pack? Well, at the moment, the straw harvest pack is not in the equation. So we're going to, I think, buy a loading wagon, and we're just going to pick all this up, and we're going to put it into the fermenting silo over there, because that won't take bales. So we will need to pick this up loose. So we will need to go and buy a loading wagon. But I'm going to finish this off, and like I say, I really hope that we don't have any crashes. So massive apologies for probably that this episode's all over the place. Sorry, it's not probably going to be a very long episode either. I just don't want any more crashes. It's been so frustrating, but I know other people have been having similar problems, and it's just a case of trying to figure out what has been causing it. But like I say, it is a bit of a worry. Look, I was having a couple of crashes before I even installed the straw harvesting pack, and I know some people mentioned the premium expansion, which is why I deselected that when loading into this series. And I think I've done a couple of episodes now by doing that and not had any issues. Obviously this one has been an absolute nightmare. So you've probably missed quite a lot, because I was talking about where we could possibly place down one of the warehouses as part of the straw harvest pack. But I'm not going to go into all that now, because unless there's some sort of fix on that mod, I don't think we will be using that on this series. Now, it might not be that mod, that's the thing. It could be something else, but since I started, or you know, got quite far into this series, I haven't really downloaded many new mods, and the ones that I could think of that were the most recent ones when I first experienced the crashes, I removed them. So I have no idea. I just don't know whether it's because I haven't updated to the latest version of this map. I just haven't got a clue. But fingers crossed we will be fine, because I don't really want to end this series, but if it's going to keep doing that, I don't think I've got a lot of choice. And the funny thing is I'm talking all this and explaining it all to you, but there's a possibility you might not even see any of this. That's how sad and mad it is at the same time. Right, let's get all this folded back up. Turn that one off. Get that folded back up. We'll put these away, and I think then we need to go back up to the store. And like I say, we're just gonna, because that other grass field over there is ready to go, I think we're going to get quite a few bales off of that. So that should be enough to tie us over for some feed for the goats and sheep. Now this should fit under there. Yeah, it's the plough, isn't it, that doesn't quite fit under there. So drop that off. And then we'll pop these away. And I think let's grab our weight again. What I might do is I will buy the loading wagon here, and I think I might go up the store and grab that myself, because obviously I've been up there once with you already in this series. I'll tell you what, let's go. It's not too far, is it? It's a nice little drive. It give me a chance to see whether this is actually going to crash or not. I hope it doesn't. But that's the horrible thing, because it's all well and good saving the game. Yes, you're saving your progress. You haven't got to go back and do all that work that you've done. But because it crashes, it doesn't save your recording. And that's where you come a cropper and you end up, you know, further on in the episode than what you'd hoped. And you guys haven't got a clue then what's been happening. But fingers crossed, we make it. But it is going to be one of those situations that I do need to keep my eye on. Like I say, I've been really enjoying this series. It's been good. I've been getting pretty good views on here, some nice comments. So I don't really want to end it. Right, forage wagons. Now I'm wondering, shall we stick with so I remember on FS19 there used to be a really nice class. It wasn't too expensive loading wagon. I'm wondering if we should just stick with the Omatama theme. We won't go stupid, because 125,000 litre capacity is insane. I think we'll go for this guy, 25. The fields aren't massively huge, so we will buy that. Colour, I wonder if we've got that. Should we go for the old petrol again? Or is that a bit weird? That's alright, isn't it? Let's keep it like that, and we'll go with the old black wheels. I know, well, actually saying that, no, we don't want that. What would that look like if we went Massey Ferguson? Oh, that's a little bit too red, isn't it, for my liking? Yes, that's That's very red. I don't want to do that. We'll go with this, I think. And we will put those wheels black. So we'll buy that. 25. What's cost to sell the wheels again? 25,800. That's not bad. We did make a decent amount of money from the milk. And like I say, if that dairy isn't producing very quick, we can either sell that milk. Oh, I suppose we could always put down another dairy. I know there's other mods out there. If anyone knows of one that produces quite quick, that'd be handy. We could place that down on our farm. Probably would mean the one up north would be a bit redundant though. Go on then, pal. Let's move. Thank you very much. Right, so we are going to just finish off this episode picking up that grass, and we will put it in there and get some silage produced, because I think we're going to need quite a lot of silage because the cows are munching their way through. And I think I mentioned in the first clip that the cornfield we will chaff. Now that will mean hiring a forage harvester, but that's fine. That will give us something else to use, wouldn't it? That's going to be absolutely huge trying to get that to that field though, so that could be a bit of a laugh. I don't really want to use one of the small sort of trail ones, or what ones we've got, because that's going to take quite a long time, isn't it? Right. Yeah, my plan was, when I was mowing this field, I was going to do all that as a time lapse, but obviously it did not happen. I think this is going to fill up pretty quick. Missed a couple of little bits here and there, but that's not a problem. How good's the pickup on this? Not bad. Missed a tiny little bit there. Any little bits I'll get at the end of the episode and then pop them into the silo. It's going to be very minimal, so we shouldn't struggle too much coming up this hill, but that just goes to show how steep this is. And as you can see, we are going to get quite a lot. Maybe I should have gone a bit bigger. Never mind. It's all fun and games. Yeah, we probably could have got away with getting the 50,000 litre one, couldn't we? But it is what it is now. I think the trigger's here still, is it? We'll get that unloaded and we should be able to start that off straight away. There we go. So silage producing already. We do have some bales still in storage, so we can always feed those to the cows as well. Oh, a little bit too quick coming off there. Okay, let's grab some more. Right, I think this will be the last load I'm going to put in here for a moment. Should be, yeah, 150,000 litres that will be going in there. So that will do for now, because I think the rest we will grab. Yeah, and we'll top up these guys, I think. May as well. I think that would be the plan. And then, like I say, that's going to be a lot of chaff we get off of the cornfield. And that can go in there. That should give us a decent amount of silage to start with. Yes, I know it will be going down very rapidly because of the cows. If we do max out the sheep and goats from this, then whatever's left can go into the fermenter. I think I've accidentally opened the rear window on this tractor by pressing random buttons. Although it is a nice summer's day, it's probably getting a little bit hot in there for me, especially getting hot and flustered about the game crashes. But so far, don't really want to curse it, it's working okay, so bit of luck, you should be seeing all of this. But again, I do apologise if it's a bit hit and miss this episode. It's not been a very happy experience for myself, maybe for you guys as well. But if this works out okay, we should be good to go going forward. Right, anyway, that's enough. Yeah, there's quite a few silage bales in there, so that should get us pretty far. I will check on the cows in a moment, actually, because... Right, which one's their feed trough? Oh, just there. Let's quickly check the cows. Oh yeah, they are getting quite low, so I probably will need to grab some of those bales. That's fine. Now, I did make a mistake, which a couple of you pointed out. I shouldn't really have sold the feed mixer, because I could have chucked these straw bales in there, shredded them up, and then given them to the cows. Is that what? Yeah, because they won't take straw bales, will they? The pigs will, which is a bit odd, but the cows won't. So that was my thinking. But obviously now we do have this, so we can use this to pick up straw. We just have to sort of work our way around it. But I don't want to be abandoning the baling, because I've really enjoyed doing bales lately, especially on this series, so we will keep that up, keep that going. Right, now what did that actually do for the sheep? Pretty good, they're back in the green, so that's nice. That is good. Only a little bit left, some more over there. I think they both will take all of this, actually. What we'll do is we'll go to the goats now. Try and keep them happy. Yeah, a little bit disappointed with the sheep, the lack of wool getting off of those. I don't know if it's still where they are fairly young, but as I said, I think in the earlier clip, the first bit, that the goats are similar sort of age and they're cracking on with the milk. Very fine trigger margin there, isn't it? So this should help a lot there as well. I think they're going to hold about 100,000 litres maybe. But I think what we'll do to end the episode is let's grab this guy. Because I can carry on picking up that grass. I'm just really anxious now to actually get to the end of this episode. I know that sounds bad for you guys, but what's happened, I just really want it to be done so that you can get it out there, or I can get it out there for you guys. Right, where's that trigger gone? There it is. So let's grab, I think we'll probably grab all 15, to be honest with you. There we go. We will shred off some of these. We'll do all of them. I don't think the cows really want to be eating plastic. So let's jump in. 3 at a time. There's 1. Oh, there's 2. And there's 3. So that should be a good start for them. We'll see where that gets us. And again, these are 2 little jobs that I can just finish off camera. Bit of a shame now though, because the straw off of the sorghum there. What are we going to do with that? Because that was the plan to there we go. So how much did that was the plan to do with the straw harvest pack, so that's not really touched the side, so I will carry on doing that. But I'm going to leave it there, guys, because that means hopefully we've got an episode out. But I hope you have enjoyed it, and again, sorry if it's a bit all over the shop, but hopefully it should be back to normal now. It seems to be working, fingers crossed. If you have enjoyed it though, please hit that like button. If you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing, that'd be awesome. And don't forget to smash the bell so you don't miss any future videos of mine. I've been Farm Sim Snowy. Stay frosty.